Hey guys, we just received inventory in, so we just did a huge inventory reorganization. So you can see at all the stores, it should be set up very, very similar to this, but you see on the left-hand side, we're looking at 100 counts, broad, and then full stacked next to each other. It should always be in that sequence from broad to full, just so you keep unison across the board. All the Anytime gummies that are sour apple are up top. You can see that there's a pretty big gap in between them, just so that if products do fall, that we can kind of organize it, get to the product without it falling down. They're on a pretty sturdy shelf here. We reused some of the old shelves at one of the stores. Any of the specialty items, we kind of moved down to here. You don't want to kind of group all of the specialty items together, meaning don't put all the CBG products together, like CBG tincture next to a Rise, Neuro with Neuro bottles. That would get pretty confusing and hard to do for inventory purposes, but do kind of keep the sequence of event broad and full. So we got broad and full sleep gummies. We have the wellness gummies, which are kind of ancillary. They're not one of the best sellers. And then followed by some of the specialty items, so trim, and we put all of the trim products together so that you can do all the SKUs when you're doing an order check-in. We got the capsules all the way through to the immune capsules. You can see beauty products, which is not a really huge seller inside of the stores, and vape products is on the bottom two shelves of this. The ancillary gummies, so the non-hemp based gummies, followed by some Hydrate, which obviously one of those products that we're moving through. And you can see all the topicals, both broad and full, the big containers. We moved down to the how we started the company with the smaller 1,000 milligrams, both broad and full, 4,004 ounce max, big boy and girls right here, the two top sellers, and then we got the smaller ones. Make sure you check your product. We found some product that was still in the boxes that when the order was received in had leaked. Follow through here, broad and full, so both broad and full spectrum. So if you see, keep all of the flavors together. So we got the 600, 900, 1800. We should have a 900 natural, but it's missing. And this kind of tells us the story. So when you look below that, if you went to full spectrum, you don't have to look very far for the companion product. So not only is it organized on the shelf, it's also matching that when you go to the second shelf. So when you go to full spectrum, you can look from 600 broad to full very quickly and do an inventory count. The UPC codes will be put onto the shelf following their arrival tomorrow. And when they show up, when we put them here, we want to scan that UPC, make sure it matches the product that it's going in front of. And when you do the inventory scanning that Derek Wadley will walk us through on the SunMed Connect meeting, you'll be able to scan the UPC, and count the number of bottles. So as it beeps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we would know that we'd be able to go right through. Those 6 SKUs are kind of tagged into inventory and we're moving on. Back down to natural. And I always do try on the best flavors or the best sellers in that particular SKU. Right here, I always flank with Neuro at the end. So both Neuro 900, 1800, and then moving on to the highest milligram fast acting. So we have the 27 and the 5400s. The 5400s are getting placed on the shelf. We knew that, so we left the space right here at the very end. Same thing, broad and full. So broad spectrum oil all the way through. We're missing a couple of the oils, so this kind of makes it easy for us when we need to do a specialty order. If you go into the Teams folder for your guys' store, you can make a special request of any of the products that you might have fallen short of. It's always good to carry them, even if they're not big sellers. At least carry a 6-pack of them or a 3-pack. So we got 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 strawberry, 1,000, 2,000, 500, 1,000, 2,000, and obviously missing is the 3,000 blueberry. Can you believe it? So this is very easy for us to identify what we're missing. And then there's the naturals on the flank. We got the specialty tinctures, so CBG Rise, CBN Sleep, Blackberry, Blueberry Full Spectrum, and then the new hitter, right? The CBN Sleep Water Soluble. Now, be very mindful. I'm a little concerned even myself leaving them here next to the CBN Sleep Tincture, because when you look at the tincture and you look at the water soluble at first glance, they're very, very, very similar. And if you're not reading the label, which is very, very common, especially when we're doing inventory, you'll misplace these for CBN blueberry tinctures. Make sure you go through that. Here we have a separation of all of the pet tinctures moving from left to right, low milligram, high milligram, all the way through. Bacon is together flanking the end. Those are the best sellers, and you can tell there's a higher inventory of those. CBG and CBN, so chilling out and moving easy treats. always in higher volume. You can tell we're missing a couple of things here. So when we go through this is a great exercise, not just to keep organized and make your inventory clean and efficient, but also so that you can see, hey man, special order, sold out of these, we need to replace these. Last but not least, I'll kind of give you guys the flank of this. This is all of your guys' trial packs. Trial packs should be separated from the rest of the inventory, away from it and distinctly. So you can see beyond sativa and indica, 125 milligram. There are variations of the indica gummies that you want to make sure. Some say 125. There are states that have 250 milligrams or the 10-to-1 packs. You want to separate even those from those indica and sativa, not just for customer experience. That could be a really bad experience for a customer, but also for you, so you know what inventory you have and what you don't have and what you need to order. This is CBG Rise followed by Neuro, and you guys can tell the cadence or the sequence of events very similar to how it's held on the shelves. All the way down to the 250s, sativa and indica that we found. There's the sleep gummies, all separated. Those are the 100 counts. And if you have any vials left over, you should keep these in stock. If you don't have any in your store, make sure you reorder them. Hey, listen guys, we hope this message finds you guys well. We're super excited about getting the stores organized like this to make this part of the process a little bit easier and simpler for us as we're working the sales floor and keeping in control of all this inventory, allowing us to serve our customers effectively.